President, CEO, United Way of St. Lucie County. We're here to show you a little bit about where United Way dollars go and the success that these agencies are seeing in the community. There are so many needs and so many gaps in services that it's very important to have an agency like United Way who will have the resources to help fund many of the needs that aren't now being met. And our first guest is for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you so much for having me, Karen.
Big Brothers Big Sisters is well known. You know, people know about Bowl for Kids' Sake. They see that. And they know about mentoring, but there's so much more that you do. Let's talk about the mission and possibly a few of the things that possibly our viewing audience might not know about.
Yes, Big Brothers Big Sisters mission is to provide children facing adversity with a strong and enduring, professionally supported, one-to-one relationship that will change their life for the better forever. And our vision is that all children can achieve success. So it's really important with our program being able to set children up with a positive role model and really being there to encourage them and support them throughout their life.
You have a new program that United Way is funding this year, and it's called the Passport to Early Learning. And United Way is throughout the nation, United Way worldwide. We have set goals to make sure that those kids are ready for school, or at least as best as possible. And let's talk a little bit about your Passport to Early Learning VPK mentoring program.
Yes, our VPK program that we're starting this year at the Queen Townsend Head Start Center is really so beneficial for the children to get them ready for kindergarten, because really being able to help them at such a young age, and it's really just helping them to be able to succeed, because once a child starts kindergarten and they're already behind, it just really just plummets from there. So being able to get them to be at the same level as the children that are entering the program is just going to be amazing and really help them for the future, because if they're not ready for it, it's just going to be sitting in the classroom, not really knowing, not understanding, and then it just plummets there to be able to go home, and the parents may not be able to be working with them to get them ready. So it's a wonderful program, and it'll be one-on-one mentoring with our AmeriCorps mentors. So the children are really going to flourish, and it's going to be wonderful.
The VPKs that are now in existence, they do a pretty good job, I would say, of preparing the kids for school. So how does this enhance what they're doing already?
Well, this program is actually going to be a partnership with Parent Academy. So not only will we be working with the children one-on-one, but we're also going to be working with the parents. So they'll have a set of activities that they'll be doing with the children, and really being able to not work just with the children at the VPK center, but also when they go home, they'll be able to work with their parents to be able to reinforce what we're doing.
Are you right now thinking about expanding the program? I know you're starting at the LP Head Start.
Yes.
Are you planning on expanding the program?
Right now, we're talking about expanding the ALPI program as it is. We have 3 mentors that will be working there, and we're waiting for a grant to be able to see if we'll be able to hire 3 more, so that we'll be able to help more children at that center. But I'm sure being able to expand is definitely something we would like to look forward to in the future, but at this time we're just at the Alpi Center.
How many kids do you serve? I mean, altogether, all the programs that you run, how many children benefit from that?
Yes, last year we were able to serve 1,792 children in the 3-county area that we work in. So
that's a far cry from when you began.
Yes.
Yeah. In order to do what you do, you rely on grants from United Way and others, but how about your fundraising? You do have a fundraiser coming up.
Yes, we do. We have our Bowl for Kids' Sake event that will be held on September 26th at Superplay USA, and it is a wonderful time. Everyone loves to come out. We normally have a theme, and this year our theme is glow in the dark. So our team shirts are actually going to glow this year, so it should be a lot of fun. And people have so much fun with the themes, coming decked out and dressed up with their schools or their companies. So it's a wonderful time, and we offer 4 different lane times, and people just come out and have a great time.
So the glow in the dark, the balls, do the balls glow too?
No, the balls won't glow in the dark, but our shirts will, and it'll be kind of like cosmic bowling that they'll be doing at the bowling center. So.
And you have some honorary chairs for the Bowl for Kids' Sake.
Yes, we do. This year we're honored to have Mayor Linda Hudson and Mayor Greg Orvac to be able to represent Port St. Lucie and Fort Pierce. So it's really bringing both cities together for a common goal to help our children in our community.
Yeah, both cities. That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Let's talk about the people who participate. I know that you depend on donations. Do they fundraise before the Bowl for Kids' Sake?
Yes. Most of the organizations fundraise at their location. Lots of the schools hold Jeans Day or dances to be able to fundraise for the event. And then corporations do a similar thing as well. They'll have picnics or barbecues and Jeans Days or something like that to encourage the employees to donate to be able to help the children.
Is there a cost?
Yes. The cost per participant is $35, and a team consists normally of 4 people. So
I know it's a lot of fun. I bring my grandsons just about every year, and I take them over to eat, and then we go and play the game. So it is a great place to have a fundraiser. Let's get back to your programs. Your basic program that everyone knows about is your mentoring program. Are you looking for more mentors? Are you in need of more?
Yes, we're always looking for more mentors because there's definitely more children in our community that would benefit from our program. So if someone's interested in becoming a mentor, please contact us at our website, www.bbbsbigs.org, and you'll be able to fill out the paperwork there, or you can call our office at 772-466-8535. And if you're interested in becoming a mentor, our intake specialist will be able to talk to you about the 2 different programs that we offer, our site-based program and our community-based program. And our site-based program, as we were discussing with the VPK, the mentor would be going into a local elementary school and working with the children one-on-one. And that's mostly focused on reading, so they'll go over sight words and reading different stories and reading comprehension to be able to get the child ready to read at grade level. And then our community-based program is more focused going out in the community and doing different shared activities. And that program services children from ages 5 to up to 18. They're allowed to stay in the program.
Okay. What type of person are you looking for? Do they have to have a college degree?
No, they don't have to have a college degree. Lots of mentors that we have are actually in the process of attending college, as well as we do have high school mentors as well for our site-based program. So it's really, we're just looking for someone who has a caring heart and is able to give their time to be able to work with a child one-on-one.
And are you in need of retirees? Many people come to Florida to retire and they're looking for something to do besides golf. How about the retirees?
Yes, retirees are welcome. If you've got the time, we would love to have you, because that's really all the children need, is someone to be able to spend one-on-one time with them and being able to be that positive role model in their life, and just being able to listen to the child and to help them. So
now you depend, of course, the mentors are volunteers, which is great. How about other volunteers? Are you in need of others who, there might be people out there who might not want to work with children or don't feel comfortable. Do you have other opportunities for volunteering?
Yes. For someone who isn't able to become a volunteer to dedicate that time to it, we have a volunteer corps, which would be becoming a BBB ambassador. So it's a wonderful program. And with that, you can help around the office. So any skills that you have, we'll be able to put them to use. Be it computer skills, if you like to make phone calls, we can arrange that for reminder phone calls for different events for people. So definitely, all skills are welcome to be able to volunteer with Big Brothers Big Sisters.
And you have many partners in the community. I know that many of the schools support the Bowl for Kids' Sake, and there are many mentors inside many of the schools in St. Lucie County. Let's talk about the partnership you have with the school district.
Yes, the partnership that we have with the school district is really amazing. Being able to get into these elementary schools and work with the children one-on-one. And as you said, they're very supportive of our program and love to have big brothers, big sisters there to be able to help these struggling readers be able to read at grade level. So it's wonderful, and they definitely love to attend Bowl for Kids' Sake, and we love to have them. So it's wonderful getting to see the teachers there, the staff for the schools, and it's really a wonderful partnership and friendship that we've built with the schools.
In order to be a big, what you call a big, which is the little's partner for hopefully, possibly life, do you have training, or is there any kind of requirement that a person would have to meet before they become one of those types of volunteers?
Yes. For anyone who's interested in becoming a mentor, they'd first go through an in-person interview with our intake specialist, and that would require a fingerprinting, local and national background screening, as well as 3 references. And once an individual is approved, they'd go through a new mentor orientation, as well as we offer trainings throughout the year for the mentor to attend, as well as personal trainings with their case manager that they're set up with once they begin a match, who's there throughout the whole match to work with the mentor and the little one-on-one. So if any questions arise, there's any issues or problems or different things about, my little's kind of quiet, they're not really open to this, what are some things that I can do? How can I help them with this? Like, I'm noticing they're not really comprehending that well. How can I help them be able to comprehend the story better? So the case managers are there to work with the mentor one-on-one and being able to help them and give them the activities and different suggestions and trainings that they can use for their match.
You've been around a while, so you must have many success stories. We have a few minutes left. Do you want to just touch on that?
Yes. Okay. We had one child, I know, he was so worried about not passing the FCAT. His mentor had worked for him about 3 years, and she told her her little, Jason, we're really working hard. Don't stress about this. You're doing very well and everything, because he was building up so much anxiety because he hears about this and, I need to pass this. So they worked one-on-one. He was going through his sight words. He'd gone up in the grade level that he was reading. And so she told the little, once he passed the FCAT, she helped the class have a party, a donut party for it. So being able to celebrate and really see a child's milestone like that, and that the mentor was able to help the child reach that level, and definitely getting to celebrate it with the child and build down their anxiety, is something that child and that mentor will know for the rest of their lives. So,
besides funding, is there any other resources that you're looking for that you're in need of?
At this time, for resources, we are getting ready for our holiday sponsorships. So we've reached out to our different locations for things of that nature to be able to help sponsor a family that may need help for either food or gift donations. So we're working on that right now with our children. So
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Well, we sure appreciate you coming to visit. I know it's been short, but you've given us so much information. And I'll want to take a break right now, and we'll be right back.
Take my hand and start a brand new day. And together as one we'll start to see some change.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people. Connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Hi, welcome back. We're here now to talk to a representative from Safe Space. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the mission of Safe Space.
Safe Space offers education, support to victims of domestic violence and their children, empowering them to create an independent life free from violence. We are the only certified domestic violence center on the Treasure Coast, serving victims and their children in Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River counties for 35 years.
So you must work closely with law enforcement and I imagine many other partners, but
Yes.
let's talk about your partnership with law enforcement.
We have a very close relationship with local law enforcement. Not only do victims come to us through our hotline, but if they're in a dangerous enough situation, certainly they would call law enforcement, and then officers can refer them to our services. So it's a very important partnership.
Great. You offer many programs. One of the programs you offer is a shelter, a safe shelter for whoever it might be and their children. And domestic violence affects children in so many ways, negative ways. So I'm sure at your agency you try to make that as least impactful negatively as possible.
As of today, we have 45 women and children safe in our emergency shelter. In our last fiscal year, we served almost 2,500 victims and their children through shelter, outreach, and hotline. The emergency shelter program is typically a 6 to 8 week stay, and we do house both women and their children if they have them. And our numbers are constantly changing. Someone can come to us one day and out the next. Our main focus when they come to us, obviously, is safety. And once we know that a victim is safe, then we can work with them and offer them the empowerment services and linkage to other community resources in order to help them move on into that independent life free from violence.
School has started, so if a woman needed assistance, like, you know, going to the shelter, how can you tell us about how the children would get to school from the shelter?
In domestic violence situations, school districts are required to provide transportation. So if we have someone in the emergency shelter who's from a county outside of the shelter location, the school district is required to provide that transportation if mom so decides to keep her child in that school. Otherwise, we will help make other arrangements in a school closer to the shelter location.
How many victims actually seek assistance from Safe Space?
Like I said, last fiscal year it was almost 2,500.
2,500.
Yes.
Wow, that is a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
It is. And
it's probably just touching, you know, a small portion of the ones that possibly would need it. Or
well, to share some local statistics,
Okay.
if people are ever wondering if this is an issue in their community, it absolutely is. There were over 2,600 reported incidents of domestic violence last year, over 1,500 of which occurred in St. Lucie County. That's almost 4 incidents each day right in your own backyard. And Safe Space offers the necessary programs and services to keep them safe. But what's really concerning about those numbers is that those are based on reported cases, and it's a well-known fact that
Right.
almost half go unreported.
Right. You have a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week hotline. Is there, are we flashing the number that they would call for
Yes,
that hotline?
772-288-7023, and that number rings right to the emergency shelter. It's a 24/7 crisis hotline, and if a victim calls, they will speak to one of our specially trained domestic violence advocates, and the first thing they are asked is, are you in a safe place to talk? At that time, the advocate will work with the victim by phone on their situation and their desired needs, deciding whether the need is for emergency shelter or to work with one of our advocates on an outreach basis, which is a large part of the services we provide.
Is there a cost?
No,
No
No.
cost. Oh, that's good to know.
no cost.
That is a wonderful service. Your emergency shelter, how many beds do you have there?
We have 48 beds.
So you said it was full, so.
Just about full, and it has been. We've been just about at capacity for months now. And then we also have a supportive living program, which is more of a transitional housing program that we just added to our continuum of care last year, and we can house 12 women in that program, and we have about 9.
Oh, okay, great. I mean, it's great that you're there, not great that you're
It
full.
is an important service. It was a gap in
great.
services in the local area, so It's a great service for those women with no dependent children who may be exiting emergency shelter and have yet to find independent housing. So we have that transitional housing piece, and they're able to stay there. It's a 4 to 18-month program.
Your counseling, I mean, you provide counseling. How would an individual set that up? How would they arrange that? Just by calling
Just
your
by calling the
hotline?
hotline, and then they're assigned an advocate. If they come to emergency shelter, they will work with their advocate. We have groups once a week, and on an outreach basis, the advocate will meet with a victim in a confidential location out in the community, offering them the same services that one would receive if they were to come to shelter.
You have a children's advocacy program.
Yes, we do.
We tell
We
the
do.
audience a little bit about what goes on during those sessions.
We have advocates that work with the children in shelter. So while the moms are in their groups, the children have their groups, and the advocates work with both moms and children on safety planning is one of the most important services that we provide. It's important for both to know that if they're out in the community, that they have a plan if they were to possibly come in contact with an abuser. If mom goes to work or a child goes to school, an abuser would typically know that routine. So the safety planning is extremely important.
So you have prevention so the abuse doesn't reoccur. How about before it starts, or?
Well, the prevention program is separate from the children's program. Prevention is one of our outreach programs, and it is a very important program. We have advocates that are working with students, teens, 11 to 17 age group, talking to them about healthy relationships and teen dating violence, hopefully to stop the problem even before it starts.
Is that in every school?
It's not. It is in Stewart Middle School. We have 2 advocates working in the 3 counties, and they are working with, partnering even with other local agencies. In Indian River County, we'll go into Hibiscus and work for with the children there. In Martin County, there's a program in Stewart Middle School, and we're trying to get into the other school districts. And as part of that program, which the curriculum is called Your Youth Outreach Understanding Relationships, and we also have a piece called Your Leaders, and those are high school students. It's an after-school club, and the youth leaders are meeting on a monthly basis, sort of holding their peer groups accountable is the idea of that program.
And in order to conduct all your programs, you need to fundraise.
Yes, we do.
You rely on, grants like United Way, but you have a fundraiser coming up.
We do.
Walk a mile in her shoes. I believe every year I see those pictures in the newspaper. Let's tell the audience a little bit about that.
Walk a Mile in Her Shoes is an annual awareness event and fundraiser. This is our 6th annual event. The past few years we have held one walk in each of the 3 counties. This year we are combining our efforts and having one tri-county walk. So one walk, new location. We hold this event annually in recognition of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which is in October. So there is a significance to this event. It is a lighthearted way to bring attention to a very serious issue, and we literally ask good men in our local community and other safe space supporters to walk a mile in 4-inch red stilettos.
Do they make it?
They do.
How long
They
walk?
do.
Where do they
They're-
walk, and how long do they walk, and
Well,
do they make it to the finish line?
It is a 1 mile walk.
Okay.
This year we will be in downtown Fort Pierce at Marina Square, and we will be walking the perimeter of that large farmers market. So it will be a highly visible event this year, and we're very excited about our new venue.
And people can go to your website if they
Yes.
want to learn more about, any of this, any of these things we're talking about right now. You also have a poker run coming up?
Yes, as part of the excitement that we build prior to the main event, we do have pre-events going on in each of the
Okay.
3 counties, and there is a poker run that we're planning in the downtown Fort Pierce area on September 26th, and that will be our final pre-event just before the walk to really just raise the awareness and the excitement about this very important event.
Okay, I have to ask, what is a poker run?
It's sort of a pub crawl of sorts. So we'll have supporters walking in the downtown Fort Pierce area from, I think there's 5 or 6 restaurants that we have on board, and they will, I'm not even exactly sure, I've never done a poker run, but there's some element of cards that they get at each of the locations, and then there's some sort of winner at the end. But we will have red high heels, but not for those people actually walking that night. But yeah, we also have an event in Martin County on September 19th, a comedy show type pre-event, and another one in Indian River County on September 18th. So there's a lot going on. It is a very busy and exciting time of year for us as we gear up for Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Right, and during Domestic Violence Month, you have proclamations in all 3 counties.
We do. We do. It is part of our awareness effort, and we do get proclamations in each of the counties. And I believe we will also be in the city of Fort Pierce this year as well.
Do you depend on volunteers? Do you use many
Absolutely.
volunteers? In what capacity?
We have volunteers that serve on our event committees. We also have what we call Friends of Safe Space in each of the 3 counties. We have a group in each county, and those volunteers will assist with our annual fundraising events as well as other community type events where we might have an information table and represent the organization in that capacity.
Okay, so is there anything else that you're looking for besides monetary donations? Is there anything you need?
Well, I'd like
right
to talk a little bit about our thrift store, which is located on
we've got
US
about a
1.
minute left.
Okay,
Go ahead.
US 1 in Port St. Lucie, and we do have volunteer needs at the thrift store as well, and it is a wonderful space, and that program not only helps raise funds to support the programs and services, but it also serves the needs of our program participants.
Okay, so if someone has a donation for the thrift store or wants to come to shop,
Yes.
Which plaza is it located
It's in the old Aegis Call Center, just north of Jennings Road. We're co-located in the Grace Church building on the south side of the Grace Church building.
All right, okay. Yeah, that's wonderful. And you're doing so many things to help so many people, and we appreciate you taking the
Thank you.
time to join us
Thank you.
today.
Thank you for having
And
me.
we'd like to thank you for joining us today. And if you'd like to help, and you can either go to the websites or you can call United Way at 464-5300. Thanks for joining us.